Okay, with me now from House Oversight, Congressman Andy Biggs. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining the show. What do you make of the third indictment of former President Trump by Biden's Justice Department?
I think it's much ado about nothing, but it's going to cause an enormous amount of difficulties for this country going forward. I think it is an inflection point, quite frankly. I think it has so many allegations that just don't make sense to me. So the sham electors allegation, nobody believed those were real. Nobody was even talking about that. In fact, I did not even know about that at the time. So basically, they're trying to take free speech, opinions, attorney-client privileged conversations, and turn them into indictable offenses. And I think that they've just overreached to an incredible amount, and I'm just concerned at the direction we're going to go. You're concerned in the direction this country is going, is that it? Because it just seems like there's so much that's being abused in terms of abuses of power to stay in power. Yeah, Liz, that's exactly right. The way I look at it is, when we start talking about weaponization, I don't know how many dozens of charges now that they've brought against President Trump. They're talking about more in Fulton County, Georgia. And what this indicates to me is when you start doing this to go after somebody who is a political opponent, then maybe we have got to revisit and reform the apparatus that's allowing this to take place. And I'm telling you, Congress has got to step in and do something. Congressman, you were in the testimony from Devon Archer. Archer delivering details that Hunter Biden broke foreign lobbying laws, but he's never been charged with that. That Hunter, quote, was a lobbyist for his business associates in Ukraine and China. And Archer testified that it's, quote, fair to say that Hunter Biden was falsely giving Burisma executives the impression Hunter had influence over U.S. policy due to his connections with his father. Yeah, that's exactly right. And there was an actual document where Hunter says we're going to need to follow the laws scrupulously and register for FARA, but they never even registered for FARA. They didn't follow the law scrupulously. He involved his father in business transactions all over the world that impacted that partnership literally to the tune of tens of millions of dollars. And what they were selling, according to Devon Archer, according to other people, was what Devon called the Biden brand. And when I questioned him on it, he admitted that was just Joe Biden and what Joe Biden could do, including to Burisma. He said, Devon said, with Joe Biden there, the Biden brand there, that would mean that Burisma would not get hassled legally because of his presence. That tells you a whole lot about Joe Biden's involvement and the protection racket in some instances, and other instances selling access. Let's stay on this. Have you ever seen a White House do this? I mean, this is being called one of the worst corruption scandals in U.S. history. I mean, Archer also details that Hunter Biden sold the Joe Biden family brand in business deals as, quote, defensive leverage and protection to send, quote, the right signals. That Hunter was getting in with these foreign business partners so that he was being hired so people would not intimidate those foreign business partners. Don't mess with them, including Burisma. And when, Burisma's founder was being, investigated for corruption. So don't mess with corrupt people. No, that's exactly right. That's what Devon called defensive leverage. I call that a protection racket. But beyond that, that goes right to the heart of what in that FD 1023, where you have an informant saying that the Burisma CEO expected a quid pro quo. He wanted Shulkin to be fired. Shulkin was the Ukrainian prosecutor general there investigating Burisma, upon which Devon and Hunter Biden sat on the boards of directors. So, yes, we've never seen this in the White House. And he was the vice president. Joe Biden was the vice president at the time. It is overt. It is protection. But it's not just protection. It's the selling of access. And the Democrats were trying to sell it. Oh, well, he was just selling the illusion of access. Well, the illusion of access doesn't make 20 phone calls and go to dinner with the wives of Russian oligarchs that are worth dollars. If he's selling the illusion of access, ipso facto, that by that very nature, that's fraudulent if it's an illusion. All right, Congressman Andy Biggs, this is really hitting the president's polls. We're going to stay in these stories. Thank you for joining us tonight.